Hello, good afternoon. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. So in the previous video where I did the A-line skirt, I forgot to do something. I was working with a waist measurement of 28 and a hip measurement of 32. Because I was working on a miniature, I tend to forget to show you how you should use your measurement. I just measured off and said it was 3. Now let me just explain it to you in this new video how it's done. So if you're using a zipper in the skirt, it's not an elastic waist you're using, what you want to do is to divide your waist measurement in 4. And if your waist measurement is 28 inches, then when you measure here, okay, it should be 7. So 7 to the front, 7 to the back, that is 14. So that would be the front of your skirt, and the other 14 would be to the back. Also, down the bottom here is the other half of the skirt. So when you measure down the bottom here, it also should be 7. 7 and 7, 14. You cut it, you flip it up here, and you have your 28 inches waist. If you are using the hip measurement, and say for instance the hip measurement is 32 because you'll be using elastic in the waist, then you would divide it 32. So that would be 16, and a quarter would be 8. So if you're using elastic, you would be using the hip measurement, okay? So that would be 8 inches, 8 to the front, 8 to the back, that is 16. The other part here of the waist, 8 to the front, 8 to the back. So you should have 8 inches here and 8 inches there. 8 and 8 is 16. That's the front of your skirt, and the other half would be the back. All right. So thank you. So I would like to turn our A-line skirt into a dress, into a summer dress with flounce. I have decided that I want it to be sleeveless and I want a square neckline. Okay, it's a summer dress, so it's going to be a little bit deeper. So I've cut my bodice, okay, put in my darts. I've placed my front onto my back, and that was the neckline for the back. So now what I will do, I'll decide how deep I want the neckline and how wide. I've marked it here. I've also decided that I want the sleeve to come in a little bit more, and so that's what I did here. And for the back, I've gone down a little bit here. At the front of the arm, when I cut it, will reflect on this side. So let me cut it and show you. So this is what it's looking like now. That's what it's going to be. And this is the back. I've lowered it. When you are doing the arm, don't go down in here. You just come from here and just swoop it off right there. Okay? So the next step, I thought the camera was recording, apparently it was not. So I've cut the facing, so you will do the same. Cut your facing, and you can watch the video on how to apply your facing. So that's the facing, and you cut the facing for the arm section also for both sides, and you do the same for the back. So after putting in your darts and adding your facing to the arm and the neckline, okay, the next step would be to add the bodice to the skirt. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to stitch the front of the skirt to the front of the bodice like this, okay, like this. So that's how you're going to do it. Okay, so you're going to join the front of the blouse to the front of the skirt, and you're going to join the back of the blouse to the back of the skirt. After you finish doing that, you will join the sides. Okay, join from the sides, one side and the other side, and then you can maybe fit and add in your zipper. But I want to take this dress a little further. So I want to put a little flounce at the bottom here. So what I did, I measure, remember it's a summer dress, so it's very, funky looking, that kind of hip kind of look. So you measure the width after you finish joining the sides. You measure the width here, and if the width is 40 for the entire circumference for front and back, you want to add about 20 inches to that to make it 60 inches. I don't think it needs to be double because you don't want a heavy flounce. You just want it to be a little bit different with some gathers in it. So you would get your fabric. So if it is 40, the front and the back measures 40. You want to add 20 inches to it to bring it to 60 inches. You also want to run your gather thread. Use your machine to gather this up like this. And so after that, you will add it to the bottom of the dress. And that's how you get a beautiful summer dress. There it is. That's how you get your beautiful summer dress. So I hope you'll be inspired to try this dress. You measure the width here, and if the width is 40 for the entire circumference for front and back, you want to add about 20 inches to that to make it 60 inches. I don't think it needs to be double because you don't want a heavy flounce. You just want it to be a little bit different with some gathers in it. So you would get your fabric. So if it is 40, the front and the back measures 40. You want to add 20 inches to it to bring it to 60 inches. You also want to run your gather thread. Use your machine to gather this up like this. And so after that, you will add it to the bottom of the dress. And that's how you get a beautiful summer dress. There it is. That's how you get your beautiful summer dress. So I hope you'll be inspired to try this dress.